Welcome to the first video in our Understanding Direct Payments series, which has been created for people working in adult social care. Direct payments can provide more flexibility for people in the way they organise their care and support. As somebody working in social care, you can use direct payments to make a huge difference to that person's quality of life. This video will explore how. Choice and control in care and support. Already today you will have made hundreds of choices, from what you had for breakfast to what shampoo you use and the clothes you're wearing. Over the years, you will also have made longer-term choices about the life you lead. Things like what you do for work, who you live with, and what you do in your free time. Some of these choices might have been dependent on other things. For example, the time you set your alarm will be linked to the time you have to get to work. But ultimately, most of us have the choice and control to make major and minor decisions about our life. However, for many people who draw on care and support, these choices are simply not available. Imagine being told who you have to live with, what time to wake up, and what activities you can do. This is the reality for many people receiving care and support. Direct payments aim to change that by giving people control over these decisions. Having choice and control over your own care and support is fundamental to human dignity. Introducing self-directed support. This choice and control is what we mean when we talk about self-directed support. Simply, self-directed support is when people have the freedom and flexibility to design their own care and support so they can live their life their way. The concept of self-directed support really began to take shape in the 1980s, when some disabled people started to organise their own care and support with funding from local councils. Over time, principles developed, and now the right to self-direct your support is part of law, as set out in the Care Act 2014. The following sections are taken from the government's statutory guidance to the Care Act. In addition to the general principle of promoting well-being, there are a number of other key principles and standards which local authorities must have regard to when carrying out the same activities or functions. The individual's views, wishes, feelings, and beliefs. Considering the person's views and wishes is critical to a person-centered system. Local authorities should not ignore or downplay the importance of a person's own opinions in relation to their life and their care. Where particular views, feelings, or beliefs, including religious beliefs, impact on the choices that a person may wish to make about their care, these should be taken into account. This is especially important where a person has expressed views in the past but no longer has capacity to make decisions themselves. And, although not mentioned specifically in the way that well-being is defined, the concept of independent living is a core part of the well-being principle. Section 1 of the Care Act includes matters such as individuals' control of their day-to-day life, suitability of living accommodation, contribution to society, and crucially, requires local authorities to consider each person's views, wishes, feelings, and beliefs. How direct payments can support choice and control. Everybody should have choice and control over the care and support they receive. But for some people, it's important to have a greater level of control over their care and support than is available in managed services such as home care or residential care. Direct payments are one way for people to have this greater level of care and support. Traditionally in adult social care, the council offered people support and services directly in order to help them live their life. Direct payments are different. With direct payments, people receive the personal budget allocated to their care and support as payments from the local council, instead of receiving services directly. They then use these payments to organise their care and support themselves. Direct payments can be used by anyone eligible for social care support. If people are not able or do not want to have to deal with the management of their direct payments themselves, they can still benefit from them with help from an authorised or nominated person. An authorised person is someone who is appointed with the support of a social worker who can manage direct payments on the person's behalf. An authorised person is often a family member or somebody else who already is managing the person's finances. Authorised persons are appointed when a person does not have the mental capacity to nominate someone to manage their direct payments for them. A nominated person is somebody who is chosen by the person themselves to manage direct payments on their behalf. Direct payments can lead to people having more choice and control over some of the key decisions in their life, such as who they choose to support them, when they get support, and whether the times are flexible. What kind of support they get, for example, personal care, daily chores, where they go, and what activities they do. The government statutory guidance to the Care Act states that the direct payment is designed to be used flexibly and innovatively, and there should be no unreasonable restriction placed on the use of the payment as long as it is being used to meet eligible care and support needs. This flexibility and scope for innovation can make a big difference to people. For example, Ellie has been using direct payments for a number of years. Ellie, who has cerebral palsy, wanted more control over her daily routine. Previously, she relied on a care agency, but the fixed schedules didn't work for her. After switching to direct payments, Ellie now has her own personal assistants who come at times that suit her best. This flexibility has allowed Ellie to pursue her passion for photography and join a local photography club, enhancing her quality of life.